It was a great game for me and the team. Taysom kind of got some faith in me, and we kind of spread the ball around. It was a good game for us.
What happened in that third quarter where you guys just exploded? I mean, did someone give a real passionate speech at halftime? Or what
No,
was
I mean
going on there?
we always get pretty pumped up, before the game and at halftime, and we just kind of came out and settled down and kind of executed. I mean, we had a lot of chances in the first half, and we just kind of put them all together in the third.
But seriously, there were changes from first half to second half. What did you guys do differently in that second half that allowed that third quarter explosion?
I mean, we really didn't change too much. We ran the same plays. We just executed better. And in the first half, with the first quarter, I had the holding penalty that caused Taysom's touchdown to come back. So it kind of deflated us a little. But we came back in the third quarter and came out strong.
How much there's been the buzz, some attention because of that size win? How much you guys listened to that or heard any of that? Paid attention to any of that?
We don't try to pay attention to any of that. I mean, we went into the season wanting to go undefeated, and so it's just another win, and now we got to get ready for Houston, in 2 days? Something like that.
Is it good to be getting back on the field quick? You guys don't have time to really kind of rest on your laurels or enjoy it too long because you got to get back to work immediately.
Well, really, I don't think anybody on the team is satisfied because, like I said, we want to be undefeated, and that's only one win. That only, counts as one. Even though we might think it counts as 3 because it's such a big win and such a great team, but it only counts as 1. So we got to get ready for the next team, and we can't be too satisfied.
At the same point, though, is it kind of fun to know that people are talking about BYU again?
Of course, it's fun. A lot of times we feel like we get overshadowed, but we like to be the underdogs.
That holding penalty, man, kind of looked a little questionable to me.
I watched it a few times. On the field, I told Taysom, I was like, man, I'm sorry, I've never done anything like that. I was like, I honestly didn't think I held, and Coach Mendenhall said he didn't think it was a hold either. But it's what the ref called, and we got to go with it and got to keep moving along. Can't get sad about one play.
Okay, so how about the tape from Houston? What do you see from these guys?
Houston's good. I mean, they had a little hiccup against UTSA, but they came out strong the next week. I mean, their defense is going to be good. I mean, of course, our offense is going to be good. They always put up big points, so it's going to be a great challenge for us.
It's another Texas team, obviously from your hometown. What's that like for you?
It's good. I went against Houston a lot when I was at UTEP, so you kind of know how they like to go fast paced and stuff like that. It's going to be a fun game. Both offenses are going fast paced, so don't miss it.
Did Houston recruit you? Were they ever an option for you?
Yes, they actually offered me. I kind of chose not to go there just because it's too close to home. I kind of wanted to get away. But yeah, they're a great school, and it was a hard decision not to choose there.
Speaking of that recruiting, I think I read a quote from you about Texas. How good did it feel to get a win over those guys?
I mean, of course it felt good. Growing up, like I said, UT is my dream school. So of course, coming back in that stadium, being able to play in front of all the fans, and getting a huge win like that, it's kind of emotional. It was fun to do, and just got to keep going.
What has this BYU experience been like for you? Through the last couple of months and then through 2 games.
I love it. Seeing the fans at the away games, I can just imagine what a home game is going to be like. It's just fun. They're so passionate, and this team is we're a band of brothers. And I kind of said that when I first got here, but now that I've been here for a while and I've been able to witness it and see how we are on the field, we really are a band of brothers.
When that game ended, you mentioned the emotion and just how much fun it was. You weren't even able to control it because I saw you skipping down the, as you're shaking hands with the fans there that showed up, and you're just skipping along and looked like you were just having a blast, just enjoying, just reveling in that moment.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was, at the end of the game, you don't even feel any of the bruises and the pain because you're so excited. And seeing all the fans, lined across the fence, and we just had to go out there and just, slap their hands, thank them for coming, because I mean that's big to have fans, have that support. All the way in Austin, that's a huge accomplishment by our fans and shows how passionate they are.
Isn't that, 2 road games, and you've had fans there waiting for you guys at the end of both games, at both blowouts, and, just that experience for you personally. And this is something BYU prides itself in, but just being able to see it personally, what's that like?
Yeah, being able to see it personally, Coach Holliday told me that, and, I kind of was a little skeptical, but, seeing it, first 2 away games, it's crazy to see. It's amazing. I don't think we have any fans in the world like BYU fans, and I just can't wait for a home game because I know it's going to be loud and it's going to be fun.
Jordan, have you already discovered that defenses are so concerned about Taysom's running that it helps guys like you get open?
Yes, sir. He's athletic. He's the man. He can run anytime he wants to, and that really puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So it kind of forces them to put 8 in the box, kind of man up. That's, as a receiver, that's what you want. You want man coverage. That's kind of what you dream for because you expect to. Us being the bomb squad, we expect to make plays.
You become familiar with Taysom, but does he still do things in games that you're just like, wow?
like I said, when he jumped over that guy, I was shocked. I didn't expect that one at all. It was impressive. You know, I told him I'd have jumped a little higher, but I mean, he did good. He did good.
Can you talk about Houston more specifically on defense? What do they present coverage-wise? What kind of fronts do they present?
They're always gonna. I mean, especially with Taysom, you know, kind of expecting them to go, you know, man, cover 1, maybe cover 3, just to kind of stop him from running. Because, like we said before, he's so athletic and he's able. If he gets loose, you know, there's no catching him. So you kind of expect him to try to stop the run, try to stop Taysom. So I mean, that's a lot of pressure on us. We got to make plays.
You mentioned the bomb squad. Disappointed that you haven't been able to hit more of those, you know, 25-plus, you know, type opportunities?
No, I mean that comes. That comes. You know, especially with such a new receiving core, that has to come. The timing has to come. You know, we got to get the protection. Taysom has to get comfortable with it, and it takes time. I'm sure by the end of the season, you know, there'll be a ton of 60-yard plays or 30-yard plays, just whatever it is.
I heard you mention undefeated. I know you guys are going 1 week at a time. I understand that cliche, and I understand it's very important as well. But at the same time, what are the goals for this team going forward, and what are you guys looking to accomplish this season?
I mean, just like any team, you know, when you come into a season, you want to go undefeated. You want to come to every game and, you know, dominate your opponent, and that's, of course, you know, our goal. And as an offense, we want to be, you know, the #1 offense in the nation. So we got to prepare like that. We have to work like that. We have to run the ball, have to all execute, all have to do our job. And that's the only way that we're going to, you know, become undefeated and have a great season.